What is going on? Welcome to episode 61 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2 on this one is Hate Zero. What's up, dude?
What is going on? Can I say something a little special something?
Do say something special.
What up, NPC fam? It's your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
It's your boy. That's new.
It's your boy.
Oh, okay. Well, we're definitely going to make it on YouTube now since you said it's your boy. So
Is that a YouTube thing?
that's definitely a YouTube thing.
Mama, we made it.
Yeah. Before we get started, if you guys want to go to audibletrial.com/NPC, get yourself a free audiobook of your choosing. Help support this show. I've been listening to The Ultimate History of Video Games this week. It's been good. It's good. It's a really good book. Really good book. Especially if you love hearing about video game companies just sue each other all the time. You know, so they spend most of their time in court. Yeah, so that's The Ultimate History of Video Games on audibletrial.com/NPC. Also, guys, the chair I'm sitting in from OP Seat. Comfortable, affordable gaming chair. I mean, I've had 8-hour gaming sessions in this. Literally 2 weeks ago, I streamed for 8 hours straight, and this chair is comfortable all 8 hours. So opseat.com. Use coupon code N64Josh to save yourself $10. Also, I have a Patreon. $1 or more gets you an extra podcast each month. So patreon.com/N64Josh. Nintendo Powercast is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. If you're looking for Nintendo's official podcast, make sure to look up Nintendo Power Podcast. That's right. Not just Nintendo Powercast. So this is the unofficial show where we talk about Nintendo. We do this live, twitch.tv/N64Josh at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we are super glad if you're here with us live. Welcome, everybody. I see Captain Logan, Killer, K-Cross, Kirby Geek. I gotta mute that because people are following, and that's coming through in the podcast, so sorry about that. Did you hear that?
Oh yeah.
You're smiling?
time.
Yeah, okay.
Big
I'm gonna
time.
go mute that. I think people are just hosting us and stuff. So I think that's all the stuff. We're good. How the heck are you, man? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit of Floor Kids still. That's just fun to pick up and grab, and I picked up Super Meat Boy, which I had never played previously. Have you played it?
Never have.
Never ever.
No, I own it on 360 or on the Xbox One, but I never played it.
Shocking. It
was a free game at one point.
Yeah, I'm sure it was at some point because it's back from the 360 era, I believe.
Yep.
It seems like the perfect game for the Switch because it's easily digestible. You can play short little. The levels are almost like a cell phone game. You try to beat your time or beat a time to complete the level. It kind of reminds me of Alien Hominid, the PDA games. If you ever played the like mini game within Alien Hominid.
I never have done that, but I have played just Alien Hominid. So that's
hey, you know, I don't mean to brag, but I was ranked number 2 in the world for a large clip of time on Alien Hominid PDA games.
What? That a boy.
PDA games.
Where would we find this rank? Was that on Xbox?
Well, that was
PDA?
on the 360.
Or
so I need to throw out. I doubt that Trip is listening, but Trip1X, he helped me get there. He was ranked number 5. I was ranked number 2. So because you could 2-player that. So, anyways, what have you been playing?
Man, it's been a good week. I actually popped in Zelda, and I was gonna go shrine hunting on stream, but like trying to figure out those puzzles when people are watching, there's like extra pressure for that, and it's all the shrine like quests. So I'm like, let's play Mario Kart. So as soon as we jumped into Mario Kart, like we had a handful of people jump in. I think at one point we pretty much filled up the entire lobby. And so there were some pretty intense games with Nightcrawler was in there, and Kirby was in there, and Killer was in there. Nintendo and a few new folks that just joined us last night on a whim. So it was cool. It was cool getting to know some new people and just race. And I get to be everyone's target. So that's fun. And they all just laugh at me the whole time. Like literally at one point yesterday, there was like literally a pileup of carts and bananas all over the track, and I'm literally yelling like, why is there a pile? Why is everybody in my way? And I think Kirby said she laughed so hard she drove off the track when that happened. So, we have some good times. So I think Monday nights on Twitch are just officially going to be Mario Kart Mondays, and we're just going to play that, and I'll stream other games at different times. But Mario Kart on Mondays is just going to be designated. We have the most fun.
So Mario Kart Mondays with the fam?
With the fam, yep.
With the fam,
with
nice.
The fam. So speaking of fam, I had my nephew, my 6-year-old nephew, come and stay the night with me on Saturday night. And I got to tell you, that kid is a gamer. This kid is a gamer. So he's the oldest of 4 boys, and they all love Mario, right? Like I love that they love Mario so much. But this kid, when he can't play on Amazon, he can watch playthroughs of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, right? So he's telling me all this stuff in the game, even though he's never played it. I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? And he's like, oh, I watch. He's like, my mom takes my DS, so I just watch like for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, this is crazy. So, literally like the attention span of a gnat. So it was like, let's play Zelda. Let's play Mario. Let's play Mario Kart. Let's play Lego Marvel Superheroes. Let's play Lego Ninjago.
Well,
let's play.
To be fair, you have every Switch game from 2017, so it's of course he's gonna have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah, kid in a candy shop. That's literally what I told my wife. I literally told her the same thing. I'm like, he literally was just like, I can try anything I want to right now, So we just, I even opened up some games for him. So that's for you guys. I even opened up some games. So
have you shown him the amiibo?
Just
is that
ones.
How we get through to Josh and get him to open up the amiibo? We tell your nephew to tell him. Let's tell your uncle to open the amiibo.
No, let's not do that. He'll end up climbing up there and open them. I didn't even want to show him where they were. So, but he make him play the Troll and I. That's a good one, DJ.
He might like it. He's young enough.
So he showed up 6 p.m. on Saturday night, and from that moment, I'm like, dude, it's nothing but junk food, video games, and staying up late. And he got this huge smile on his face. He threw on my Mario Odyssey hat, and we just went to town. And literally about 12:15, I'm like, all right, bud, I'm passing out. Here's how you shut stuff down. He's like, I went to bed at 1:30. I'm like, that boy. He's waking me up at 6:30. Can I play? I'm like, did you even sleep? He's like, yeah, I'm good. So, my son had an old 3DS Skylanders game and a bunch of old Skylanders out in the garage. So we hooked him up with we had the little pod to be able to teleport him on and everything or whatever. So
nice.
Yeah, he was super, super jazzed. So, that night we ended up going to Sunday night we went and I actually streamed with him for a little while. We played some, let him just explore on Breath of the Wild, drive around the bike and everything. I didn't realize you had to refill the bike, with fuel.
With junk.
Yeah, so he gets the little notification. That's the first time I've seen it, and just skips over it. And I'm like, I didn't see how you do it. So I literally had no clue. I'm looking through. I finally had to YouTube it because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to fuel this. Is there a special kind of fuel? Do I got to go make fuel? I had no idea. So, anyway, we streamed that for a little bit. It was pretty fun because I'm like, you want to make a video like you watch? He's like, yes. So, and if you guys want to see him, go to my YouTube channel and just scroll down. You'll see where I went and bought him a 2DS, and he's a great kid. He's a lot of fun. We ended up going out to dinner with all the family to watch the playoff game. And I brought the Switch along, brought my DS, and 3 of my nephews that can play were all playing. One of them is I think he's 3. He might even be 2. And it was literally all he could say is Mario. I couldn't understand anything else. And he would just sit there and zone out and play, and just this big smile on his face. So it was a fun weekend. Just kind of gaming with family and playing different things. Like I said, Lego Ninjago, stuff like that. So dusted off some of the older games. But
Sounds awesome.
yeah, it was good. It was good. As far as any pickups, Lost Sphere is in my mailbox right now. If I'd remembered, sooner than like 2 minutes before the show started that it was in my mailbox, I might have at least looked at the box. I don't even know if I should open this game. I'm not sure. Because I want to, if I'm not going to play it and like it, I don't want to open this, because you only get the physical copy from Square. Otherwise, it's just digital. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'd watch some videos. I haven't been tracking much other than I know it exists. So I don't know if it's going to be a game for you or not.
Yeah,
Hard to say.
Chat has told me a few different times that like they aren't entirely sure. Don't really think it's going to be for me. But if you're not going to buy it, does it even exist? I don't know. Open it. There we go. If you're not going to open it.
Well, if Josh isn't going to buy it, no, it does not exist. That's a safe bet.
Oh my goodness. So Captain Logan says you won't like it, leave it sealed. So there you go. I did pick up the physical copy of Rocket League as well. I got that. It has a bunch of DLC stuff. So and it says collector's edition, and it's double the price of what it is on the eShop. So got that Nintendo tax going. But other than that, I looked at Double Dragon on the eShop, the arcade archives. And that may be one I pulled the trigger on, because I just wish it was online,
Yeah. Yeah, I wish a lot of things were online.
Right.
But even when they come out with their online service, I don't know that some of these arcade classics and whatnot are ever going to see any online capability. But, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
It's still cool we're getting the actual ROMs. I mean, that's literally the best way to play Double Dragon. Not that the NES version isn't good. It is. But there's just something about those arcade ROMs. You can't beat them.
Right.
So.
Right.
So I talked about Nintendo Labo I did a quick little like mini show just to kind of give my quick impressions. But you were like, hey, are we going to be able to talk about this? And you're very excited about this cardboard contraption. I mean, literally Sony, Microsoft, they're like 4K baby. Nintendo's like cardboard.
Hey, it's environmentally friendly. 4K is not doing anything for the environment. So,
well, what's interesting is I saw a pretty good, I can't remember who wrote this article. It might have been like Forbes or something, because I was looking up some stuff about Labo, and they were, I think it was more just like speculation, because I was just glancing over the article, but they said, there is more studies coming out about how much time we spend looking at screens, how much time kids spend looking at screens, and this is really going to kind of push kids in that direction. Now, they still have to look at the screen to find the instructions to build it, right? But that piano is going to take like 2 hours to build. And they're going to create something, and they're going to have something tangible in their hands when it's done putting it together. But you're stoked. You were giddy like the moment we saw
once
it.
I heard the music and then saw the piano, I was like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm good to go." I'm surprised. It totally shouldn't be for me. I'm not who they targeted. I don't have kids, but the thought of it for me. So like, some people don't like it. That's fine. You don't have to like it. We don't have to like every game that comes out. But you can't deny what a great idea this is. So in a world where kids are... okay, let's back. I'm not even going to go down that road. If at any point...
when I was a boy...
No, it wasn't more that. It's just like, in the world we live in right now, kids have access to so many things, good and bad, but specifically bad, and it's so much harder to moderate what kids are getting access to, right? So if a kid has an opportunity to build something and maybe see something that they wouldn't have normally been given the opportunity to, maybe tap that creative side and say like, oh, I built that robot thing, that was really cool, maybe I will do that for college, and we get another engineer in the world. Or like, man, I played that piano thing and I really really loved it, maybe we get another kid koala in the world. So I just I think I think it's great anytime a company focuses on kids and uh, taps the creative side.
Kirby Geek says you can make your own kids out of cardboard.
Yeah, and they'll probably disappoint me.
One of, one of the funniest pictures I saw was like the little they show that Joy-Con on the back of a little cardboard man, right? And he falls flat
Yeah.
on his face. I don't know if that's like, I'm guessing that's like maybe a mini game, almost like
I think it's a sumo wrestling mode from the kind of hints they were throwing out there.
interesting. I didn't know maybe if it was like a um like the soda pop game or whatever, like where you shake the bottle. They have it on 1-2 Switch. They had it on like some other. I didn't know if it was like, oh, move it as far as you can before it falls and then pass it off. I wasn't sure what the game mode was. Regardless, they have a picture of him and they're like, this guy needs to be in Smash.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Let's get Cardboard Man in Smash.
So yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, not everyone's gonna like it. Like I said, that's fine. Not everyone has to like it. Not everyone has to buy it. People are upset about the price. Some people find it completely fine. The way I look at it is the $70 version. A game costs $60. I mean, that's just the release price of a game. So, game costs $60. You're paying $10 extra for cardboard. There's multiple sheets, so you can make everything a few times. And then the other one, which they open the back of the robot, and it's pretty intricate back there. So that one's an extra $20 for all the ropes and levers and pulleys, and I don't know. I don't think it's that terrible. But if you don't like it, don't buy it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'll be happily building my cardboard spaceship and flying out of here.
You're just gonna take off.
I'm just gonna take off
I'm
in
out.
my fantasy cardboard world. It's what every kid did growing up, anyways. Like every kid's like, "Oh, here you go. Here's all this cool stuff." You're like, "No, I want to play in the refrigerator box." So Nintendo just capitalized what every kid is already doing. The next thing they're gonna sell us is keys.
Oh.
Like, here you go. Here's some car keys that you can use to play a game, and you just jingle it, and every kid in the world's gonna want to play it. They're brilliant.
So we're just gonna keep going. Like this is like ages like 5 to 3. We're just gonna keep going down the list here. Like there's
Yeah.
ages 2 and below.
Yeah, they'll sell a remote that just doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I had to use cardboard to make the toys I didn't get. So that's kind of what what.
Yeah.
I mean, that
This is above and beyond. Now you get to make like really cool, crazy stuff like the piano and
right.
fishing poles, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it could make for a fun stream playing that piano on stream. Like,
Well, you're gonna speed run building and playing, right?
oh yes, yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, Captain Logan, we loved cardboard boxes because they were occasional and free.
Hey, Captain Logan, don't buy it. That you don't have to. No one's gonna say, "Hey, you have to buy this." Don't buy it. Buy something else or buy nothing. That's fine. No problem.
Right, right. I think one of the things to keep in mind is like you see a lot like if Nintendo's doing this, then apparently we're not getting this, and it's like no, why is that? Why is that where our head goes? Like, just because they have somebody working on this over here, like that robot game is a resurrected Shigeru Miyamoto game, right? That got canceled like last year or in 2014 or something. I can't remember. I think it was
Yeah,
2014.
that's what they're saying.
And so, you know, like there's not even that much, probably not even that much dev time that's going into something that was, if it was close to being done, and we're speculating here, but ultimately, like, I feel what happens, like we have this expectation of I want this, this, and this, and then this cardboard thing comes out, and it's like that's not checking any of the lists, anything off of my list. Well, that's all right. I mean, Nintendo is a weird company. They've done weird things since, I mean, forever. The Ultra Hand, the Love Tester, like if we're gonna go back when they were just making toys and stuff, like there's some weird stuff that they've put out. Even like Rob the Robot on the NES, you know, kind of odd just for like spinning discs and trying, you know, what was that? But and then even listening to that Ultimate History of Video Games, and I mentioned this on the last podcast also, but like literally they're at CES. Sega is showing off 3D glasses and Nintendo is there with their knitting kit. Knitting pot holders on the NES, right? So like this is, I mean, they've done some things to like reach different markets and if this gets kids using their imagination, you know what? I'm cool with it. Like I said, my kids age range from like basically 10 to 17 by the time this comes out, and they were all like, we're getting this, right? Like we're going to do this. Like, okay, you know? So it'll be cool. Not for everybody though. And I mean, Nintendo said that they were like, look, manage your expectations now. This is not for everyone. It's not. And that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, what game is for everyone, honestly? Like,
yeah, that's, you know,
so.
Some people don't like Odyssey. Some people don't like Breath of the Wild. Some people just don't like Zelda games, right? Some people don't like Mario games. There's nothing you can do. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like,
yeah,
that's just the way it is. But
and that's fine. It's totally fine. It's all good.
It's all good, Pac-Man.
It's all good in the hood.
So the crazy thing is, like, we saw tons of mixed reactions, like in our Discord and on Twitter and different things like that. But Nintendo's stock went up like 4%. The number was enough to get it higher than it ever was in 2017, just with the announcement of this cardboard game, you know? So that's, I mean, even that's a big deal. If investors are like, okay, you know, like they're seeing something apparently, right?
Well, and I think they got to play it, if I remember correctly, because there have been a select few people who have gotten to experience Labo. So that makes me very hopeful that it's more than just a gimmick. You know, I don't know how much depth there's going to be in these. I mean, every so often something really cool comes out that just doesn't do well. The PlayStation Move, was it? That was a really cool concept. It was fun. It just didn't really take off the way people thought it was going to. So,
the Kinect.
Yeah, Kinect was really cool when it came out, and again, didn't really take off. So this might not ever be what we think it's going to be, but the fact that from all the initial reports I've read, the people who play it say it's awesome. And that's pretty cool.
And we really have no clue about what these games actually are, other than the robot game looked like Optimus Prime smashing buildings, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the kid basically doing squats with a cardboard backpack on when he wanted to go into the car mode. So,
I've been wanting a new Mechasalt, and I didn't know this was the way I was going to get it, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
Mechasalt.
I will take it.
And that's the thing too. Like we don't know what these games are as far as like what is the piano game, you know? What is it going to teach me? What is it going to teach the kids that are playing it? Maybe it's just going to be an incredibly fun, like it kind of looked like Whack-A-Mole, you know? Maybe that alone is going to be like, Well, this is pretty cool. I mean, just don't hit the keys too hard, kids. All right, calm down. But the one thing that I have a little bit of concern about is like I wonder how hard these things are going to be to get them like fine, like to get that fine tuned, like to get it, all dialed in so it's like each key responds the way it's supposed to. Because that I could see being, maybe an issue, but maybe it's super easy. Maybe they've got it all figured out.
Well, they've got it like laser cut, right? And so I imagine that part will be pretty hard to screw up. But yeah, I mean, when you're putting it together, if you accidentally bend a key, so now the IR sensor doesn't pick it up as well as it should, sure, I'm sure that's completely within the realm of possibility, and Nintendo's probably accounting for that, and you'll be fine. DJ says he doesn't think it tunes like a real piano, but there is a pitch gauge, that little turn dial on the top. Someone said they found out is actually to control the pitch.
Like a pitch
Not
shift?
sure how,
Interesting.
but pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely interesting, and we're gonna
Yeah.
we'll see what is it like April 20. I mean, even the dates were funny that they picked.
April
for-
20th, yeah.
So, but
Yep.
I think the other big talking point is everybody's wanting a direct. Everybody wants this full direct, and I don't think we're getting it. I don't think we're getting a direct. I know we've had some people have said, "Oh, it's up to 20 days." We've always had a direct in the past. I feel like they laid out the roadmap to June, and then we get E3.
I think you're mostly right, but I won't be surprised if there's a couple sneaky direct minis in between.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that.
But I don't think the follow-on full direct that people were predicting. I think Labo was that, and it was off the wall and crazy. But I think that takes the place.
The only strange thing is all of those different prices that came out on Amazon. Like, and I don't know if somebody had maybe there's somebody has a link that could break all of them down so you could see them all again, because there was quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 2 directs we have, including Labo, basically covered all of that. All of those
did
different.
Not, from what I saw.
Yeah, so
there's 7 missing.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting as well. Captain Logan said there's could be news with Wolfenstein 2. Yeah, I think we're still going to hear a little bit from some third parties, that kind of stuff. I feel like, I mean, look, PlayStation today said, "Hey, God of War is coming out April 20th." Right? That was kind of out of left field.
Yeah, they screwed up that release date.
Right, coming out the same day as Labo? No way. What are they thinking?
Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah, apparently. But I mean, that's their only exclusive. That's the only thing they've even mentioned yet this year. I know we're not even a full month into the year, but I mean, we've gotten quite a bit of news already from Nintendo and what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think there's still more up Nintendo's sleeves. I think we probably get another direct February, March. I think they're going to try to keep the foot on the gas pedal. I know that's lame to say, but that's what I think. So
what do you think?
We'll see.
So speculate then. What do you think the direct would be?
I think they're going to focus on third-party support, not completely let the cat out of the bag, because E3, I think they're going to really want to show that this time is different and they have third parties. So that's what I think Nintendo's going to really push this year. Is we've got the third-party support that people have complained or requested in the past, and here it is. Because there's not any huge major Nintendo releases that I'm tracking. We're not getting another Mario, we're not getting another Zelda, we're not getting a Mario Kart, no new Splatoon. maybe a Smash, maybe a Metroid. I don't know that either of those are 2018 titles though.
If you guys are hearing hate slowly turn into a robot, don't worry. He is still perfectly human. It's just Discord likes to troll us every now and again.
Is it doing that again?
You're back. No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
But you literally
I,
went like full on robotic. Like,
yeah, this is
yeah.
the technical difficulties we were having earlier. I blame my internet. I have Comcast, and it's thanks Comcast. I pay some good money for some good internet. So yeah, long story short, if anyone couldn't understand me, I think third party is going to be the focus this year. They may do some special stuff for Metroid, special stuff for uh, Smash, but I don't know that either of those are 2018 titles. No, Metroid most definitely isn't a 2018 title. Smash maybe could be the holiday, but I'm not even convinced if we don't hear something soon.
I'll have to double check, but I thought I had seen some kind of article that confirmed Metroid for 2018. I
Uh,
I'd have to double check, but that's
I
I remember
I don't
seeing
know.
something not too long ago saying that it was. Um, but again, who knows? It's I mean, right? Clicks on the internet. That's what that's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
clickbait.
So right.
And I think they're gonna do their paid online. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know if that comes with the Netflix that they had talked about doing before, which Microsoft pretty much just killed everyone with Game Pass. So we don't know if Nintendo's going to do something like that. Um, but we do know paid service is coming, right? I mean, they've said that from the get go. It's going to be free till fall, and then you're going to have to pay for it. They extended that out. So I that's hopefully going to be a focus soon too. I don't know.
And speaking of that, Microsoft kind of dropped a bomb today with paid service.
Yeah, they
ten
killed
bucks a
everyone.
month gets you access to brand new first party games the day they come out. So that means Sea of Thieves,
Yep.
Crackdown. I think there was one other one, but I can't remember the title off the top of my head. Um,
Yeah, but all future Forzas, Halos, Gears of War, I mean, all of them you're going to get day one. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So if only a couple of those games appealed to you, then $10 a month probably isn't worth it, right? I mean, at some point, $60 is going to be cheaper than $120 if you're only looking for one game a year from Microsoft. So you have to really look at, like, is this going to be worth it in the long run? I think overwhelmingly the answer is going to be yes, but it might not be for everyone.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, and they have it's over 100 games already in the service. So I mean,
Yeah.
it is a good deal, especially if have some games you want to check out on the Xbox. I just wonder if this will have any. I wonder what the effect this is going to have on the gaming industry, right? Because um, you're basically seeing Microsoft take that step to get away. I think GI Jello mentioned it. Like, what are retailers going to think about this? you know,
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's also going to kill GameFly, Redbox, for at least Microsoft specifically. Because why would you go to those? But I mean, there's still going to be third party, right? There's still going to be other titles that are not day one, so you're going to have to still go to retail to get those titles. Um,
yeah, and it's like
but
like DJ says, yeah, all those first party games coming because there's really not. I mean, we're talking about like maybe 3 to 4 games, tops for this year, and
yeah,
unless they completely shock us at E3, which I hope
but
they
hey,
do.
at $10 a month, even if it's more than two first party games, it's paid for itself.
Right. Yeah. On top of the other
So
100 and stuff that are there. Like I said, I wonder what it's going to do with the gaming industry. I wonder if Nintendo looks at this news and goes, "Okay, what you know, what are they thinking?" Like people have been kind of wanting this from Nintendo for a while with their old library of games. Give
Yeah.
us you know, give us this instead of Virtual Console. I mean, honestly, I'm like a broken record, but I wouldn't mind that. I would rather pay pay $10 a month, especially with the amount of the lack of storage we have on the Switch, to just go, I'm going to play this game till I beat it. Haha, that's the joke. And then uh take it off and get another one or whatever. Um
Um, I'm not sure how they would do it. I don't think it's impossible, but for the game pass on Microsoft, I believe if Xbox Live goes down or you cancel the service, obviously, you lose access to the game. So specifically, if Xbox Live goes down, you lose access to the game. So for the Switch, I don't know how they would implement that when online is not the major focus. Like the Switch's big draw is you can play on the go. So can you only do that while you're connected to Wi-Fi?
who knows? Maybe it would be the kind of thing, like, I think on the phone with like Amazon, you can download movies. So if you're going on a flight,
Yeah.
those could be on your device and you can use them, and then they come off after a certain amount of time, or if you don't sign back in or whatever. So, I don't know. I don't know. And DJ says, I don't think this is going to move Nintendo's needle. And Sony isn't going to care unless it pulls market share, which, I mean, it potentially could. It could pull market share. But
If you just got an Xbox for Christmas or something and haven't played it, you're gonna now have access for $10 a month, Halo 5, Gears of War, all the Forzas, um, just tons of great games. They're a little older now, but it's great games. So um,
Yeah, and that's only growing.
it
They add to it.
yeah.
They add to it regularly. So,
Yeah.
um, so one of the conversations we had this week in our Discord was it was quite interesting because, like, I love to explore the different ideas of what I think Nintendo needs to do to stay on top for the next. I mean, they're saying the Switch is in for this system's here to stay for a while, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look how long they've kept the DS going. The 3DS brand has been going for quite some time.
600 years.
Yeah, since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And they want to see the Switch have a similar lifespan. One of the things that I threw up in the Discord was Nintendo getting a game into the top 5 on Twitch, right? And top 5 may be crazy, but I more just wanted to throw it up there for the sake of conversation, just to kind of to get people thinking, like, because if you look at the top 5 on Switch, top 5, top 10, you've got CS:GO, League of Legends, Overwatch, Fortnite now, PUBG,
PUBG.
right? I mean, those, just to name a few. Those are, so what got me thinking is, like, what kind of esport game could we see from Nintendo? Like, we see them kind of making moves that direction. They tried to make moves that way with Splatoon, with ARMS, but nothing is really, it just didn't stick, right? Like, I looked on Twitch the day I asked that question, the only Nintendo game in the top 20, and it was either the 20th or the 21st, may not even been in the top 20, was Zelda.
Yeah.
That was it. And that was because somebody that had 6,000 people watching was playing Zelda, right? So that was just being pulled in by that streamer. He probably could have been playing anything and would have been drawing that audience.
Right.
So what do you think? Like, what would you like to see a MOBA from Nintendo? And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, I want to see Mario in a MOBA. No, like, what I really want to see is, I want to see stuff like ARMS, that's new IP, that they're testing new waters with esports style games.
Yeah. I don't know if MOBAs are for me, but like a battle royale style PUBG, I'm enjoying quite a bit right now. Something like that under the Nintendo umbrella, sure, that'd be awesome. And it might be too late to develop a new battle royale game. So whatever the next battle royale fad is, I I think having Nintendo get it is only going to do great things for the system and sales and visibility. So
Captain Logan threw out a good idea. He said, "What about Zelda Battle Royale?" And he mentioned like four swords, but I mean, could you imagine even Breath of the Wild? Like that's such a huge open world to
yeah,
just you're in there, and what can you take out to get what kind of armor and what kind of weapons, and then do battle. I mean, obviously I said it doesn't have to be a like a Mario MOBA or whatever, but like that game almost could lend itself to that style of gameplay. It's third person.
yeah,
Now you've got the motorbike, like you know, like
that would be fun.
it'd be
And
outside of the box for Nintendo, way outside of the box. You know what I mean? Like this is pure speculation, but
yeah, no, obviously, yeah, I mean that would be cool. And that would be in that world, that would be amazing. So you're trying to stay inside of a circle that's shrinking while guardians are coming around. Like, what
yeah,
a nightmare!
that just
What a
sounds
nightmare.
terrifying.
Um, no, I think before anyone really takes the Switch or Nintendo seriously and would consider playing, like, let's say Overwatch came to the system, which I think would be awesome to have on the system, they need to fix online. They probably need to get a Twitch app. A lot of the pro streamers are streaming, with a capture device and all that. But there's a ton of people who stream just from the Xbox itself. They have a camera set up, whether it's Mixer or Twitch, and it works for them. It's convenient, it's easy. So if Nintendo could figure out something like that, I think that would help move towards that direction.
Yeah, it definitely would. I just don't know if the system can handle it.
And yeah, that might be the downfall. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of um background processing that would take. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I mean, it's just pure speculation. Like we're already seeing Nintendo doing like weird Nintendo with Labo, that kind of stuff. Like I would just love to see, like Destiny was one of the rare titles that stayed in the top 10, the first Destiny game for like basically its lifespan. You know, there were times when um, King Gathalion would have like 20,000 people in his stream watching him play Destiny. That's crazy. That's crazy. But like that's how popular that game was. And so
that's crazy.
I would love to see a Nintendo game get there. Will we? Who knows? I saw Lunino Stick, I believe, said Smash Bros. I feel like Smash Bros does excellent when it comes to tournaments. There was 45,000 people, set like 70,000 people by the time this Genesis tournament was over, or getting closing up on Sunday night, I believe it was, or I think it was Sunday night. And
Yeah.
so those tournaments pull big numbers, but they don't pull regular numbers that are that high. It's like Nintendo seems to have a bunch of small communities. Mario Kart's like around 5 to 600 depending on who's on, basically. But at any given time, most of them are under 1,000. The other one that does the best and probably held the highest point on Twitch for the longest amount of time, and still does good to this day. Like I see some streamers pulling like 1,400, 1,500, is Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Because that's a game that you watch people with skills, just going
Do crazy stuff.
Yeah. So,
And to counter your question, I don't think Nintendo has to do anything to be successful. I mean, obviously they have to do something because the Wii U proves that they can't just use the brand and be successful.
right.
But I think the system is lending itself as the perfect complement to owning a PC, to owning a PS4, to owning an Xbox. So they might not have to strive to compete in those arenas and simply just exist on the side. Because when you're done streaming your big MOBA, you just want to play a fun game. Maybe that's the market they're shooting for, and they could be wildly successful. I just I don't have a problem with them offering more things. They don't have to offer everything, but the more things they offer, the less things I do elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we don't typically see Nintendo doing is going, "Hey, what's the popular trend right now?" and then we will do that.
Yeah.
The only thing we've seen that with is like when they tried to start adding mobile games to the DS, like there's like some Pokemon puzzle games that like you literally can have X amount of moves and then you've got to pay for more moves, like that kind of thing, which I don't think it panned out for him, honestly. I don't think it did. So anyway, if you're as triggered as the people in chat are by this conversation, jump into our Discord. There's a link in the show notes, and come yell at us in there. Like, literally, the conversation's just for fun. I love seeing everybody's different views of this because they're so varied, and some people it can strike a nerve with, and other people are just like, whatever. So,
Yeah.
Nightcrawler says Nintendo needs to grow on Twitch, needs to stop suppressing YouTubers and let them promote their games, and then people will want to stream them as well. YouTube needs to stop suppressing their YouTubers, I think, at this point. So,
Except for the Tide Pods,
don't
we can suppress the Tide Pods.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. So stay away from those things. So I had a listener question. And I have a listener email, so I want to get to those, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I had a question in Discord, and it was about Waluigi, and what are my thoughts on a Waluigi game?
Yes, what are your thoughts on a Waluigi game?
So, and I said, you know what, I want to talk about this on the show, and I know I've already talked a little bit with Eric here, and he was like, Waluigi's like Luigi's already second-rate character. Like Waluigi's like fourth-rate at this point, right?
Yeah, let him die is what I say.
Let him stay in
go.
the sports games, right? He's good at sports apparently. He was Wario's like jock brother. That's why we only see him in tennis and that kind of stuff. But no, what I would like to see is I want to see a return to basically Super Mario Land 2. And the 6 golden coins, where Wario was the villain, like he was the main boss. I wouldn't mind seeing either a Mario style game, Mario game that features Wario and Waluigi as the villains, or turn the table completely on its head and let's do a Wario, like Super Wario World, and have Waluigi be player 2, and just see what kind of like that would really mix up the side. Like if it was a side-scrolling Mario game, maybe they take some of the like stuff from Mario 2 where like Toad was strong but he couldn't jump very high, right? Like maybe they take four villains or whatever and put them together. Maybe they have 2 more brothers, Maybe there's more. Maybe we'll get like Leech instead of Peach, right? And like Load instead of Toad, right? We'll just keep it going. We'll just keep it all.
Lazy instead of Daisy.
Yeah, there you go. Lazy instead
Why
of
not?
Daisy. See, you're getting this. Like I don't know, like Broshi instead of Yoshi. I don't know. We'll let that go. But I think they could make something interesting with. They've never ever fleshed this character out whatsoever. And he's super goofy.
Why is his logo an upside down L? His name is Waluigi. Explain that one to me. I understand Wario is an upside down M for a W, right? That makes sense.
He's just it's like Bizarro, right? It
was just a bad character design from day one. He should have never happened.
I need Kirby says kill Waluigi.
Yeah.
47th rate. Okay, wow. Apparently I'm the only person maybe in the Nintendo community that wants to see them do something with Waluigi. So
Hey, He can stay. He can stay in the Mario Aces as like one of the mid-level bosses or something. I'm fine with that. I'm good
What
with that.
if Wario and Mario are kidnapped for Luigi's Mansion 3 and Waluigi and Luigi have to team up? You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing, right? Like that's what they could call it. Luigi's Mansion 3, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Boom. There you go. That's the game I want right there.
No, please don't ruin Luigi's Mansion. Please don't do it. I I'm just not. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand his character. I don't get it. He's terrible.
All
He
right.
looks like the Meet the Robinsons bad guy kind of. You remember the hat guy? Anyways, I'm not a huge fan. So, if they keep not doing anything with him, I'm okay with that. But I would like a new WarioWare. Those were always fun and quirky, and he can definitely be involved in that kind of casually.
What Kirby says, why would Waluigi care if Wario is caught?
Because they're like supposedly brother-ish. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Their whole history doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's cool. I guess we can just agree to disagree on this one. So
No, yeah,
sorry
that's fine.
everybody. You
Like I
guys
said before, everybody has to like something, and everyone else has to like something else. It's all good.
yeah,
No problem. You can like Waluigi, no problem.
you watch. The new IP is going to be a Waluigi standalone game. It's going to be the holiday game this year.
You know what? I will eat my shoe if Nintendo somehow decides to package Waluigi in a fashion that gets me to buy it. If they can accomplish that, I'll eat a shoe. Mark my words, Internet. If Nintendo does it, I'll eat a shoe.
Oh, Captain Logan makes a sad point. The only two amiibo that haven't sold outside of Animal Crossing is Daisy and Waluigi.
Yeah.
True. True. All right, I have an email from, I'm just going to say Matthew S, because I don't want to say your last name on here just in case you're not wanting that read on the air. So
Seems fair.
that's what it says. Here are some thoughts, ideas that may be interesting things to discuss on the show. This is a pretty long email, but we'll tackle, there's two questions. So this says, at my current stage in life, I'm starting to reassess my collections of Transformers, toys, comics, video games, and DVDs. These are a mixture of items I've enjoyed or used a lot, items I've enjoyed or used a bit, or other items I've yet to open. Oh, where is this going to go? This leads to practical questions on collecting, such as why do I buy something? I don't want to read this. If if I'm either not going to open it or just pack it away. Why spend money just to get something and put it in a box? Should I wait to buy something when I will have time to use it or enjoy it, such as after finishing X number of video games or watching Y number of movies? You've shared that you have a goal to own every physical Switch title. Why? What motivates you to do so? How many physical games do you have? Why do you buy items for which you don't use its intended purpose? I.e.,
I feel like this
intentionally.
question came from someone in the community who's posing as someone else.
That may be the case. I.e., intentionally leaving a game in the shrink wrap instead of playing it. This may be a good talking point with you and player two. So
Can I start? Can I answer
yeah,
first?
yeah,
Because yours is going to be far more personal, and mine's from an objective standpoint.
yeah.
So
Let's go.
number one, I don't think there's a right or wrong way to spend your money. Anyone who tells you differently is wrong. It's your money. It's whomever's money, right? So if you want to buy something and it brings you some joy, go for it. If you have the means, do it. Also, I think for a lot of these collectors, it's not so much the I have this in its box and now it sits there and dies and that brings you the joy, but the hunt is what is really drawing, like, like, I've got 67 of 70 Switch titles. Those last three, and the hunt is what excites you. It's not so much physically holding them. It's just the art of the hunt. Okay, you can go.
Yeah, well, I mean, so part of it is I do have the space for it right now. So, it's not like I'm totally cramped. I love collecting anything that is Nintendo, right? And for instance with the Switch and the physical collection of games. The first year, some of those games are already going to be almost impossible to find if you decide to go and do it right now. Some of these games you're only going to find on eBay at higher prices. Come 5, 6, 7 years from now, the first year games are going to be, because I mean, those are all companies that took risks on this system saying, okay, hopefully it works out. Here's 10,000 copies. Here's, 50,000 copies, whatever they end up putting out. I mean, I think I've said it on here. I've had some at Best Buy. They were like, we got to get this game shipped from Anchorage, Alaska. That's the closest place that has one, So it is part of the hunt. That's totally it. Like, I love going into places. It's why I collect retro stuff, because it's like, I go garage sailing and I'm hoping to find that haul, right? And then this summer I spend $10 and get like 6 or 7 Game Boys and a DS all in one box, and then another $10 gets me like another 15 Game Boy games, right? I probably won't play many of them. I'm going to repair the Game Boy. That's going to be kind of cool. I bought a soldering iron so I can figure out how to fix it. Just having the Nintendo artifacts for me is what's cool. I don't necessarily one of the reasons I don't really open the amiibo is because I'm not really going to use them. Like a lot of them I would like, why would I open Wii Fit Trainer? Like what would be the purpose of that, right? So that's part of it. Part of it is just the joy of the collection. I like, as much as I can, I need to build shelves. But right now I can look around my office and see stacks of Wii games, Switch games, GameCube games, Xbox games, Xbox 360, Xbox One. My closet's got 2 stacks of NES games that are probably close to 4 feet tall each, right? Then Super Nintendo 64, Wii U, DS. Like, I love having the option to just go, yeah, if I want to play this right now, I can, right? Is that always going to be an option for me? Who knows? Like, I have no way of being able to know that. But for right now, saying I have and even that, to say I have every Switch physical copy, it's really not true, because I don't have all the special editions that came out. I have some of them, but then in that case, I don't have the non-special edition, right? And then games like basketball, the one version, the gold version of NBA 2K, you can only get the physical copy of the gold version at GameStop, but it's like $150. Like, there's no, I guess if I was real diehard, I'd have it. So that's okay. That's that. I mean, honestly, and again, because this question is like, why buy it if you don't want to use it for its intended purpose? Well, I mean, I may want to play it at some point, and for me, it's just it's being able to have it on a shelf, right? And display it, and I don't know. I dig it. I dig it. So question 2, it says, about a month ago, there was a discussion on Resident Evil Revelations retail release having a physical card for one game and a download code for the second. My preference is to only have physical releases in my collection. I've sold off about 30 to 35 games over the last few years, games that I haven't played for years. Some of them were quite rare, and I got a nice price on them. I do recognize the tension between publishers' desire to protect their product against piracy and the consumer's desire to resell items they purchase. So far, there isn't a good method that I'm aware of where digital items such as video games can be resold in the secondary market. The publishers are going beyond the first sale doctrine in the U.S., With digital sales being more and more common, I can see that there being a legitimate method of reselling digital items within 15 years. What is your preference on physical versus digital releases? And do you sell old games that you no longer play? Do you?
Have a preference or sell old games?
Both?
Um, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of backwards. So on the Xbox, I'm mainly digital, and then on the Switch, I'm 50-50. So, um,
As far as selling stuff?
no, for physical digital. And then for selling, when I was younger, I used to, but haven't in quite a while. So
Yeah,
it's
I have sold stuff in the past and I still kick myself for it. Like I've had I've had large collections of GameCube games, 360 games, even some. No, I pretty much saved all my Wii stuff, but there's some games I still wish I had because going back and buying them a second time is sometimes a little bit rough. So, and I definitely prefer the physical over the digital almost every time. The only thing I bought like digitally this last year was Destiny 2, and that is because my daughter had gotten into Destiny 1 and it allowed her to play Destiny 2 down in my living room while I was playing
game sharing
in my office. So
yeah.
so other than that, that's mainly why I would want physical. So but thank you, Matthew, for writing in. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. And if anybody else wants to write in via email, you can just email me directly at n64josh@gmail.com. And I'll probably update that email soon to something else, but that will work for now. I do want to say just thank you to everybody that listens to the show, everybody that shows up live. Guys, I think this is record number of viewers for this show, so thank you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. It's awesome. Hey, tell us all the places we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at HateZero. You can find me on the NPC's Discord. I do actually have a relevant special announcement for next week. Tune in next week because we're giving something away. Not one, not two, but we have 3 copies of Floor Kids to give away. The devs were so kind to provide us with 3 digital codes. We'll get the information out there on how it's going out, but I think we're going to do 2 live on Twitch next week, and then 1 through the Discord for anyone who's available and subscribed to the Discord.
Yeah, and speaking of Floor Kids, I played that with my my entire family, all 4 of my kids, my wife and I, and we all took turns doing head to head, and it got pretty intense. Like it was pretty cool. Yeah. So great game. I'm really stoked they gave us those copies. So guys, you're gonna find me on Twitter, N64Josh, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Patreon, YouTube. Everything's N64Josh. You find me there. You can get a free audiobook from Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NPC and get yourself a free book of your choice if you've never signed up before. And then it's $15 a month after that if you want to keep going to get more books. OPSeat.com. That's the gaming chair I'm sitting in. A comfortable, affordable gaming chairs. Use coupon code N64Josh to save $10. And I just want to thank everybody that has left us reviews. We're still sitting at that 4.5. So if you like this show and you want to help us out, the 5-star review on iTunes would be great. I'd really, really appreciate that. Again, everybody that's here live, everybody that just listens week in and week out, we greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Last week was last week was record number of downloads, even more than when Nintendo Power put out their show. So thank you guys for that. We really do appreciate it. So we will see you next week, and you guys take it easy. All right, chat. Thank you guys. for hanging
Yes,
out.
indeed.
Yeah, those auto hosts started coming in. So what had happened, Streamlabs had an update that was no longer compatible with Macs for one of the Flash. I had to download a different Flash player.
Wow.
And then all the alerts started working again. So I hadn't had to mute anything forever. And then lo and behold, now all my alerts are working. So want to keep that going. So
How convenient.
yeah, right. So everybody that got to hear, now you're playing with power.
Yep. I got it. I heard it.
All right, guys. Just want to find somebody to raid real quick, and then we will put a bow on this thing. I think I saw that. Oh, there's a lot of people streaming tonight. Holy smokes. It looks like it's going to be Joe after work.
Solid name.
Yeah, let's go raid Joe after work. Hit him with an N64 raid. Guys, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, Mikey, I just saw that, bud. Sorry about that, man. Maybe we can get him another time. At least I can see chat tonight. Yeah, that was weird yesterday. I couldn't see chat for a while. So, all right, guys, let's go blow up Joe's chat. Thank you. Yeah, 1 year. 1 year's coming up. DJ Hoedown Showdown.
2 weeks.
February 13th. So, all right, guys, thanks again.
3 weeks.
Let's go. Let's go see Joe. Blow up his chat with all kinds of emotes. It'd be awesome. See you guys later.